everyone, welcome to another episode of Topic
Thunder.
Here on the Top 10 show. Excited to talk about all this stuff here today. We got answering questions from you, the fans, you, the patrons. Send in your questions. $5 above patrons send in their questions, and we answer them here on the show, and we put it out there for everybody to watch. So just encourage you patrons, or you encourage you fans who are not patrons just to become patrons, so you can send in your questions. But also encouraging all of you to share and like these videos and put them out there for people to enjoy in your social media.
Damn straight. Retweet, like, help spread the word. That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
Because we know you enjoy the show, so let's spread the love around. Let's get more people involved.
Yeah, it's Christmas in September. Come on.
It's Christmas year-round. We bring that numerous times a week, every week.
It's true. It's true. Us answering your questions are our gifts to you. Every one of these questions is a present from you that we get to open and explore and enjoy. That's for sure.
The only person in the world that knows what the question is that individual that sent it in. So the listeners and us are getting it for the first time. So it is a present. Sometimes that present is a gold bar, and it's fantastic.
Sometimes that present is a lump of coal. We don't know. All right. Anyway, I think you started last time, right?
Sure.
Okay. Sure. All right. Let's jump into it. Chris Lemke here sends the first one. Now, Chris Lemke sent 4 questions. So, Chris, we're going to have to sparse yours out over the next 4 weeks. So you're good. You don't have to send anything for a month. So we appreciate you and the enthusiasm, but we got to be fair to let everybody get a shot to come in. We can't make this the Chris Lemke hour or half hour. So
if he sends in like 20 straight, maybe that buys into we do it one time. You sat here and thought of questions for so long. But
really?
At the same time, Chris, do not do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please don't.
We love your enthusiasm. He sends in.
Yeah.
It seems like he does this when he thinks of one, he thinks of 2, so he sends 2 separate emails. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. There's a way to do that. You can create a Word document, just save those questions there, and then remind yourself to send one every week. That would be a way to go there. Just suggestion. Just suggestion.
Some secretarial ideas. Go ahead and what's his question?
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm so glad that the NBA is back, especially since the Penguins choked so hard all fucking ready. Of course, that's an NHL reference. So do my Capitals out in the first round, just like always. Who knows if NFL or college football actually happens? We're 7 days away from NFL. Seems like bubble is the only proven method. Anyway, there have been many eras of the NBA, many people that have helped create and define it. Is Pops the father of the current era, and was Golden State the best Pops team he didn't coach? I'll hang up and listen to your answer on air. Lemke. All right. What's your answer there, Matt?
I define it as a Spurs, because it lasted, playoff run was 22 years. Mm-hmm. Had they made it this year, they would have broken the record. They're tied for most all time.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Spurs.
Yep.
It spans 2 decades. So we calling this, his last championship was what, 2014, but his first one was 99.
Yeah.
And there's 5 in there amongst all those years, although the next 3 came 2003, 2005, 2006?
It's 99, 2003, 2005, 2006, and 2014. So pretty incredible stuff.
It is. I do like the idea that Golden State is in essence an extension of Pop because of Kerr.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a great point.
Yeah. So I guess, it's an extension of also the ideals that he shifted into, which is the space. Let's try and get threes.
Yeah.
It was the Suns and the Spurs kind of led that genesis early on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I specifically define it as his era. Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. From my count, 13 division titles under Pop's reign. They won 5 championships, 6 conference titles. So pretty much if they made it to the finals, they won 5 out of 6 times. That's pretty incredible.
Lost to the Heat.
Yeah, it's a great track record. Yeah, they only lost the Heat, and arguably that's one of the closest finals you'll ever see. I mean, if that Ray Allen shot doesn't go, the Heat don't win. The Heat only win 1 title the whole time.
If you have Tim Duncan out on the floor to grab a rebound.
Yeah.
He shuts down Bosch, and Bosch doesn't do the kick out in the perfect. But it also made for an amazing moment in the finals. So
it really did. And I think it kind of solidified LeBron once and for all. Him winning those 2 with the Heat, then him winning 1 with Cleveland. That's kind of. I don't think LeBron needs to win another one. To be honest with you, he's pretty much set. But if he had won that one,
set for what?
I think he's pretty much set where he is in the legacy of players.
Well, that's what he's trying to do. Is
second best to Jordan. He'll never be better than Jordan. Never.
What if he wins 3 straight with the Lakers? Like, I'm not saying, but what if he wins 3 straight with the Lakers?
Still wouldn't matter to me.
The West is so loaded that it matters to me on some level. I still think Jordan is better, but at the same time, it's a clear 1-2 right now. And if he managed to do something crazy like that and he's winning championships, still being one of the lead dogs at 38, 39, that's impressive.
I'll tell you what, with that shit show they have of a bench, if he can win 3 straight titles with that shit show of a bench, then okay, fine, great. We can have the conversation. But right now, I respect LeBron massively for dragging a bunch of shit show teams to the finals, not being able to get it done because – he got exposed with a bench or whatever. And like you said, the East was a bit of a cakewalk for a lot of the years while LeBron was doing his thing. Whereas Jordan,
all of them,
fine, all of them. But as Jordan fought through the Knicks, fought through the Pistons, fought through many
Pacers,
teams in the East.
The Pacers could have beaten them.
Yeah, the Pacers. You could argue that the finals were more of a respite than a tough knockdown, drag out situation. Other than Phoenix, it seemed like they were pretty in control in all those finals, whereas in the playoffs, in the conference finals, it's a whole nother ballgame. They were almost always close conference finals. So I would argue that Jordan was able to do more, had the Scotty. Phil was a great coach for them. It was all of it all around,
He was never pushed to a game 7 in the finals, whereas in the East, that happened. And I think that tells you because it was Utah gave him a run for their money. Utah, punched him in the mouth.
Sure.
The Lakers, no. I mean, they were toast.
Right. And Phoenix gave him a pretty good fight.
Phoenix did. And the Sonics gave him a little something. And
yes.
The Trailblazers gave him a little something. But the stiffer competition to me most often was in the East, having to get through that every year. Yeah. Which is what the West has been for past 20 years. It's if you can get through the West, then you're the odds-on favorite more than likely, even though the East has won a bunch with the Celtics, the Raptors, the Cavs, the Heat. That being said, every year when you look at the stacked lineup, just like this year and next year, the West is actually somehow only going to get better.
Right.
Because
go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Nothing. But LeBron is awesome. If he can do it, fantastic. And I say we move on, shall we?
I still would put him up Jordan. I never would put him up Jordan.
As a Bulls fan, I don't see it either. But if he managed to pull off a Herculean feat like that and he's still averaging 35 minutes a game and putting up crazy numbers, it's like his longevity at this point has to be rewarded to excel at this level for so long.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree that the Golden State is the best Pops team he didn't coach. I do think Pops is the father of the current era. And NFL is happening. We're 7 days away. There's no turning back now. College football is happening some bastardized Frankenstein format, which means nothing to me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I could give 2 shits because if 4 conferences are playing and that's it, and you want to rank teams and have a championship, get out of here, man. That's ridiculous to me.
Is Florida State not in it?
No, we are. We're playing, but I don't care. It means nothing. It means nothing. If all the college football teams aren't participating, if numerous big conferences aren't participating, then what are you competing for?
Dollars, baby. That's what you're competing for. Advertising revenue, billions of dollars.
Yeah, which means nothing. Nothing.
Talk to those ADs and all the people that stand to benefit.
Right. That's true. I'll free labor. I know.
Exactly.
All right. What's our next question there, man? Thank you, Chris.
I said stand to benefit.
I heard
not get exploited as a billion-dollar workforce.
Yeah.
The next one is from Philip Hunt, and it says, "Hey, Matt and John, Philip here again. Thanks so much for the content during this crazy time. Can't wait to compete in Golden Ticket. Loving what's come out so far. My question is on artists, as an example being Stanley Kubrick, one of our greatest directors. I bought a new box set of his and discovered on the Shining DVD how awful he treated Shelley Duvall.
Yep.
This may be uncomfortable, and I wondered, are there any artists that you loved but found out something about them that made you have trouble looking at them the same way? For me, the other artists include Jimmy Stewart being a racist on set.
Never heard that.
Neither. All the crap Marlon Brando pulled, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, Ellen DeGeneres. I respected her a lot, and it kind of sucks hearing the things that are coming out. Thanks again for the awesome content. Hopefully, you guys will come to Australia and do a live show here."
Yeah. Could be something down the road.
Go ahead, start.
Oh, yeah. Here's what I'll tell you. Yeah, I mean, I think as you get older, you're more aware of the holes in people's character. and especially in this business, in this city, the things that people do or take advantage of, or the moments that they, I don't know, the privileged moments they have where they think they can step on the people of color, or step on women, or step on people lower than them in their minds, in terms of status, and abuse them. When we see the Weinstein, right? Weinstein, what a phenomenal asshole. But look how many films he championed that would have never seen the light of day if he hadn't put his marketing department behind them. So many foreign films, so many small independent films. So that's the exchange, unfortunately, you had to make with the devil there is, some women had to be, and didn't have to be, but they were subjected to terrible treatment from him. Kubrick, absolutely. The shit with Shelley Duvall is really difficult to listen to and watch. She delivered a fantastic performance, but to put her through something like that was incredibly unnecessary. I would say, look at Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, notorious for 167 takes for one scene, wearing out his actresses simply because he could. Or how about Hitchcock, basically sexually stalking a lot of his female leads? Pretty uncomfortable shit that he was doing to a lot of them. Right, exactly. I don't know anything about Jimmy Stewart. I think you mean John Wayne. John Wayne made some racist comments.
Yeah. And played some racist characters.
And he played racist characters. Certainly in The Searchers, that's a racist guy in The Searchers.
I was thinking Genghis Khan.
Well, sure. Right. Yeah, he went in brownface and whatever. But Marlon Brando, certainly, and Ellen DeGeneres. That was no surprise. I had a friend who worked on the set with her for about 3 months, and she was pretty terrible to them. So that's not a surprise to me. Usually the smiley, dopey ones are pretty fucking cruel behind the scenes. Comics are not really known as being well-adjusted people. So when they get a little bit of power, they don't really treat people that well most of the time. So
I think it's a case-by-case scenario.
Okay.
I genuinely do, because I'll agree with you. Like, I hear nothing but bad things about James Corden.
Yeah, me too. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know anything about him. Whereas Fallon, every person that is interacting with him, he's genuinely a nice guy. I've only heard good things about Conan.
Yeah, Conan too. I haven't heard good things about Kimmel. I know that much.
Oh, really? I know some people that, work with him all the time and love him.
Okay.
The Ellen thing. So years ago on this show, I intimated, I was like, I've been hearing a bunch of bad stories about a certain one. I can't remember what show we did it on.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say on air, and I got a text from Gabe, who listens to the show, my nephew, and he was like, who was it? And I was like, it's Ellen. I've heard nothing but terrible things. It was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say it on air. It's like, I don't know. I've heard this third hand from 2-3 different people, but who knows?
Right.
So it's not my business to say, but now it's all out in the open and be like, I've heard that for a long time.
Yeah. Polanski's another one, right? I mean, you have to kind of have your own personal conversation. Woody Allen's another one you have to have your own personal conversation about. Do you like? So to me, I would say, I would answer you this way, Philippe. It is your own personal journey with this content and with these artists, whether you want to accept the situations or not, and whether you still will like the content away from the artist. It's up to you. What do you think, man?
Mel Gibson is one comes up on the show all the time.
Yes.
It's like, I wish he would just stop talking.
Stop drinking too.
Anything. Just stop having a microphone or any kind of recording device near you when you're not specifically on a press tour.
Right.
Because who knows what's going to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that one kind of hurts. The Kubrick, that was one of the first things I heard about. It's like, he made her because that came out, before I was born.
Yeah.
The Marlon Brando. Yes. Yeah. There's so many different instances of him just being a difficult prick because he could be a difficult prick because he was Marlon Brando.
Right.
And from some amazing films too. And you're like, wow, he was just intolerable. His entire shoot. It sucks.
Yeah. I heard about Burt Lancaster too, or there have been about how he treated Montgomery Clift on the set of From Here to Eternity because he knew he was homosexual. And so Burt would really lay into him sometimes with the manhood cracks and cracks at his expense for being gay, those kinds of things. And it was one of the reasons why Clift was so messed up through the shooting of that movie. So you hear things. I mean, you hear things all the time. Some of these artists, and no one's clean, man. And the thing, well, I wouldn't say no one, but hardly anyone is clean in this business.
Yeah, it's rare.
You do terrible things to get in those positions of power, and you ignore certain things to remain in those positions or status of power. I mean, if we remember just a few weeks ago, that black and white video from all those actresses going, I won't be silent again. I will stand up. I will speak. All that stupid attempt at trying to, speak to the BLM situation. It's like, oh, so you've been silent the whole fucking time. So you've seen it happen numerous times. You just didn't say anything. And now you want to come out on the right side of this. So your PR, so you don't take any hit PR wise. So, that's the way I look at that kind of guy.
I did not see that video.
Oh, it's so terrible. It's black.
I tune out all that because it's all the same at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not saying that, it's like all the different COVID stuff and all I've seen so many like celebrities getting together to do this thing, and I just tune it all out now. So I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against the message, but
of course,
having not seen it, I don't know exactly what kind of vibe or feeling you get from it. Yeah, it's a fucking weird time all around. Everything is just fucking weird, man.
Everybody's trying to catch up, man. Everybody's trying to stay alive or figure this out as it goes.
Yeah, and then it's
not easy.
Certain people get prosecuted for the most minute of details, and other people don't get prosecuted for just glaringly obvious Hiroshima-like things exploding behind them. And you're like, why are we picking and choosing? Either the outrage has to be, although we can't agree all on the outrage, but
yeah.
Certain ones we agree, just like one offense, boom, you're out. And you're like, this person over here has 732 that I can literally point to.
Yeah, very good point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to ingest any of it at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot at once, that's for sure.
It is. Well, it's just been a wave after wave after wave after wave. So
right. Yeah,
I've been focusing on NBA basketball. You know what I mean? That's been my relief, and I fucking love it.
Dude, great game sevens. Whoa,
it's so good.
They were so fucking great. I had no idea the Thunder were going to.
Okay?
And it was not. I don't think that was a foul. But all right. Anyway.
Well, the Heat Bucks game.
Oh man.
Do you think the Middleton was a foul? And then do you think subsequent Butler was a foul?
I don't think the Dragic thing was a foul, and I don't think the Giannis makeup call was a foul either. And I think it was a terrible way to end that game. Because yes, I know Dragic he goes up on his heels.
That's the thing. Letter of the law.
I mean, it's like, but he's going straight up, not straight in. And I think there's the difference.
But then you have to worry about where you're going to land and all that stuff. He didn't violate and go under, but it's like skirting the line. So to me, that was a 50-50 call. You could call it or not. Whereas the Butler one at the end is like, this is the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, dude.
It's a fucking playoffs. And one team is down. 2-0 it's demoralizing.
Right.
He glanced him on the side. But if you're going to call one, I understand then the makeup call and calling the other, because a lot of people were offended. But at least to me, the Middleton one was plausible.
Right.
This one is like, what are we fucking doing?
Which one did Doris Burke go off on? Was it that one or was it the Middleton one? I forget which one she went off on. But
I think it was the Middleton one.
Because apparently I didn't watch it, but apparently I was seeing it on Twitter. Like she was just going off about it.
Well, they bring on what's his name, the former official, to basically, hey, let's get in the mind of the refs type of thing. And he said his piece, and she was like, I completely disagree. And just said,
let me tell you why you're wrong, Mike.
Yeah, it's the only time I've ever seen anybody do that. And I think that helped fuel the fire, too.
I fucking love Doris, man. Doris is the best.
Yeah,
she should
great.
call every fucking game. She's so great.
Yeah, the NBA's been just a fantastic release valve.
It's been a blast.
I'm driving Catherine nuts because I just watch games every night. I apologized to her before I do it. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to watch basketball tonight. She's like, it's fine. We sit in the same room. She watches something on the TV, and I just watch on my laptop. Yep. But
last night on my Patreon hangout, I saw how tight the score was, and I told them, I said, everybody, we can talk all we want here on the Discord. I'm totally fine, but I'm turning the game on for the last half an hour and seeing what the hell's going on while we're doing that. So,
one game after another that had been excellent. That Nuggets Utah game with Conley coming down the prayer three that rimmed in and out.
Why is Conley taking the shot, man? Donovan is over on the side, hands wide open, going.
Well, because he just got the ball stripped, and he assumed that they were going down to either foul or a quick bucket. So he was staying. He didn't get back on defense. He was demoralized, having, in essence, in his mind, lost the game.
Right.
And then Conley came down. I'll take it. For as little time as there was, it was a decent enough look.
It was a good look. Yeah.
It rimmed in and out.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd want Mitchell shooting that, but he was on the opposite side of the court, kind of hang-dogging a little bit. It's so good.
I liked it. I thought Jamal Murray did a great it was fantastic in that whole series. And now we'll see. We'll see what happens because, this is the worst thing. The Rockets are going to slide into this, and I know they beat the Lakers playing them small ball earlier in the year, but I mean, after a 7-game brutal series like this, the fact that the Thunder with Chris Paul and Steven Adams took you to a 7th game that was a seconds away from you losing, I don't trust them against the Lakers now.
I picked Thunder in 7.
Oh yeah, really?
I was 2 seconds wrong.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I don't like this Rockets team, and you need, with Westbrook being out, minimum first game when it was starting, and you're like, he could go 3-4 games.
Yeah.
And he ended up basically doing that. And then Harden no-showed last night like he does in every game 7.
Oh my God, dude.
It gave you exactly, I mean, he had that great, honestly, jumping out of the way was probably his best play. I'm not kidding. Watching the game, jumping out of the way was probably his best play in that game.
That's a good point.
And it's sad.
Yeah, but the Heat own the Bucks mentally, just like the Celtics own the Raptors. I mean, that could go 4-0, dude. Honestly, the Celtics are just, I mean, they were down by 21 in the third and still came back without Hayward. It's pretty incredible how they mentally own the Raptors right now. I think so.
Yeah, I think. Well, I like the Celtics in that series. I didn't think it would be like this thus far, although they could have lost game 2.
True. Absolutely. It was there for them to lose. Yeah.
Absolutely. They could have lost that. So it could be 1-1 right now. So it's not like it's so lopsided, but why don't we move on? That's a lot of basketball and sports talk for.
I just think Giannis is a number 2. He's not a number 1.
Time will tell.
Yeah. All right. We got one here from J. Scott Sinclair. Ooh, it's a long one. So settle in, everybody. Ahoy, fellas. Thanks as always for the quality content. Proud to be a listener and support of the show. Really enjoying the golden ticket. Shout out to Blair for holding down the fort with scorekeeping and the gentleman who helped create that catchy theme song. Forgive me for not recalling his name. His name's Andy Merriweather. Mm-hmm. On the subject of names, my question, which fictional character that you share a first name with do you resonate with the most on a personal level? Holy shit. I myself, for example, going by Scotty, have a few to choose from, including Ice-T's Scotty Appleton from New Jack City, the Sandlot Scotty Smalls from the iconic quote, which is killing you, or perhaps the conflicted Scotty J, portrayed by the late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman in the often-mentioned Boogie Nights. At the end of the day, I gravitate to Montgomery's Scotty Scott from Star Trek. Awesome. I'm admittedly not a Star Trek purist, so the new films are the ones that I'm most familiar with, but I think everyone can agree Simon Pegg honors the role of the dependable engineer capable of anything that's thrown at him and quick with a quip to relieve the tension. But this isn't about me, John and Matt. This isn't about me. John and Matt are fairly common names. So by all means, do what you need to do to narrow down your choices. Hopefully it's an interesting thought experiment that you delve into. But in the event if it's a dud, feel free to discuss your favorite Scotties out there. There are a lot of them I didn't mention. Thanks again. Top 10 Boomaye, your proud listener and patron, J. Scotty St. Clair. All right. Well, what do you say there, Matt?
I had time to think during that dissertation.
I know. It's a lot from J. Scotty.
I love it. I would say almost half is about him, like the Scotty and the names and all the choices. And then he ends it with, but this isn't about me. I don't know, buddy. You just spent at least about half of this email making this about you, J. Scotty.
Truth.
Yeah. So anyway, thinking through that, I can't think of a single Matt character.
Really? Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can bring some up here.
In movies, like literally, I can't think of a single one. I can think of tons of actors.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find,
which is weird.
Best fictional character named Matt. It's on Reddit. Matt Murdock for Daredevil. Okay. Matt Foley, the motivational speaker. Oh, no, I don't think that counts. That's a TV thing. Let me see.
Oh, from SNL?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe I should do best characters named Matt.
Yeah, whereas John, it took me 2 seconds to go John McClane.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
So that's that's an awesome one. But I'm literally cannot think of a single Matt character. Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah, that's another one that I like.
Which is weird because, Matt, John, Robert, like those names have been popular now in the U.S. for what, 150 years?
Right.
200 years, been a staple since the creation of this country. And yet nobody writes them. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's some alliterative thing or you don't get quite the punch on the page as they're writing.
What about Matt Hooper?
From what?
Jaws, from the Richard Dreyfuss character. No, that's probably
okay. Honestly, you're winning right now with that.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, it's really odd that there's not a lot of characters
for a name that's so like Mark. I'm sure there's a ton of Marks. John's an easy one. John and Robert.
Yeah. Best film characters named Matthew. How about that? Let's see here.
Yeah. Whereas you got McConaughey, Damon, Broderick.
Yeah.
Like you can just go with Lillard.
Right.
There's a bunch of Matthew actors.
Right.
Hey,
it's so funny.
All right. What's your favorite John?
Matt's among the top 5 boys in this situation. Certainly John McClane. I think that's the one that I most recently I would say John Wick. The idea of seeking revenge when you've been fucked over by a situation. Absolutely. I love that. So so I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, this is like I need to do research type of question.
Yeah, it's a tough question, man.
I've never thought about. Obviously, I've never seen one on screen.
The most popular names in film are overwhelmingly male. Jack and John has more than 300 appearances. Matt is way down on this list, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't sit here,
Yeah. Sorry, bud. Oh, Matt is 39th with 99 appearances in film. So you've got.
I wonder how many of those are short films. Fucking, because I got nothing. Let me see if I can guess the top 5 or something.
For Matt? No.
For names.
Okay.
Most
names.
common. You're saying it's overwhelmingly male. So we got John, Jack.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, hold on. Let me get there. All right, go ahead.
I would guess James.
James is 7th.
It's out of the top 5. Robert
is. Well, there's a Bob at 19th. I think that's what qualifies as
interesting.
Robert. I can read them to you if you want.
Go for it.
Frank is number 3.
That makes sense.
It's Jack, John, Frank, Sam, and then Paul. And then David. And then James. Luckily, one female name makes it in the top 10. Mary at number 9. Mary. So there
what was in the 10 spot?
Oh, 10 spot was Charlie. Charlie is number 10. Mike is 11. Fascinating.
Yeah.
There's not.
All right, you want to do one more and then we'll call
let's do one more.
Thank you, J. Scotty St. Clair. This one's from Lawrence Witt.
Okay.
It says, hi, guys. Loving all the content. Enjoying the new golden ticket and hope you're staying safe and well. John, I know I say this each time I message, but I really think you should watch the original Italian Job again with an open mind. It's just superior to the remake in every way.
Wow.
My question is that I've been looking at and researching different exercise and workout routines this summer. I've been adding in new classes and more cardio, so wondered what your typical weekly workout regimes are like, and if you follow any specific plans, etc. Also would be interested if there's anyone on YouTube you might follow who's worth checking out. YNWA, one for you there, John. What is that?
You never walk alone.
Okay.
That's the
Lawrence, sincerely Lawrence, or parenthetically Laws.
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 A good British nickname. Laws. Fucking laws.
I've never heard that or seen that before. I wonder how common it is over there.
Fucking laws.
I don't exercise as much as I used to.
I'm fat as fuck right now. It's disgusting. I'm actually wearing a new polo that I ordered online. That's extra large. It's tight around my gut. It's embarrassing. But I've got a set of weights. I just need to find time. Some of you know who are listening, I stepped down from Schmodown Backstage. I'm not going to be a co-host of that show anymore with Ben Bateman because I need to find time to work out and I need to find time to do more stuff for my channel. So I have to step away from one of the shows that isn't my show on my channel to create and have the time to work out and do that. So having my Tuesday afternoons back to take a walk and lift weights, I think will be essential for my mental well-being because I'm going nuts with all this weight. I hate being overweight. I hate being heavy. I know I have always had a gut, but I hate with the gut that the gut's like expanded now that I feel ashamed of myself. So I can't help you with the workouts there, Lawrence.
Back when I was in the best shape I've ever been in my life, I worked out minimum 2 days a week, but 3 days sometimes. And I'd lift for 90 minutes and run for an hour.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah. I was getting between, minimum was 6 miles, but I'd run, somewhere between 6 and 10.
Yeah.
Just depended like what kind of vibe I was in. If I was feeling it, I just kind of keep going. But my favorite thing that was also the one that I had to get motivated most for was ab straps. You ever use those?
No, not ab straps.
So they got carabiners, you hook them in and they have these slings that you put your arms into and you just lift your legs in various positions to work out your abs. Oh. And dude, I had almost an 8-pack just doing that. Oh yeah. I quit drinking. I started working out. Like I devoted a lot of time to that and then did it for the next, 3 years or so and worked out all the time. And I hated doing it. Loved it while it was happening though, because I'd motivated myself to do it. And then afterwards felt like $1 million. But it was every time it's like, I know it's pain. It's just nonstop pain the whole time, like lifting. And I lift the legs in unison and get them to 90 degrees, hold there, and then do like air crunches and do bend the knees and twist and like try and work out all the different. But I hated it. Knowing in my routine, it's like I do these 3 things and then I do that. I know it's coming.
I did when I did 3 years of CrossFit. That's probably the best shape I've ever been in. It was incredible. I could handle it. I would. By the time I was at the pinnacle of my CrossFit, I could do 3 CrossFit classes in a row on a Saturday morning. Just, it was great. And then other times, like you, Matt, the combo of the cardio and the weights. I could spend, I remember when I was in my bed, I could go to 24-hour fitness and 2-hour workout, which I'd be 30 minutes, 20 minutes on the elliptical, 20 minutes on the bike, 20 minutes on the rowing machine, then go upstairs, lift weights for 45 and then abs for 15. That was basically my workout all the time. And I'd have to pay for parking at that 24-hour fitness over there by the ArcLight because there was only an hour and a half. They only covered an hour and a half. So it frustrated the piss out of me, but it was great to be in that shape. And I don't know what happened, man. I think the relationships and all the stuff that happened and the shit I went through in 2016 kind of fucked me up mentally. And I've never been able to find my rhythm again. And Lily and I talk about it all the time because like we've put on weight since we've been together, that love weight, that comfort weight. And both of us are frustrated that we've put on a little bit of paunch and, we want to get back into shape and things like that. So, we're trying, man. We're trying this possible move to San Diego. I think part of it is us. We're looking for a place that has trails and has walkabouts so we can like go and do stuff outside and feel more comfortable working out and finding a place with more space. I can put weights in a bike, maybe even if I can afford it down the road, a Peloton bike, getting that shit. So there's like, you're constantly motivated to do stuff. So we'll see, man. But I wish I could help.
I can't get in. I obviously I've run on a treadmill because I did it at the gym but it was a much bigger open space. If I had to do that at home or the Peloton, I need to be outside, so I'd be doing it outside.
Oh, that's a good point. Like put it right outside and
just put it in the back porch or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I couldn't do it inside, just the stale air.
Yeah,
I know it would drive me nuts and it would demotivate me. Whereas if there's fresh air blowing through, I don't care.
That's fair. That's actually a really good point. Actually, I like that.
Well, plus then once you get your CO2 above a certain parts per million, like I think it's at 1,000 or 2,000, you lose 15% automatically of your mental faculties. You lose 15% of your efficiency just at that low. Now we can tolerate much higher than that, but it doesn't take much. And if you're in a room just fucking huffing and puffing and sweating, you're also then like cutting off the brain or the oxygen circulation to your brain. So you're getting high. Maybe that helps. Little runner's high on top of you're just woozy and fucking almost falling off the bike. But honey, I did 27 miles today.
Well, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you think sitting on a bike that long would hurt since you're not accustomed to it? You know what I mean?
I think people do spin all the time, right? That's an hour-long class. So I think so. I mean, I used to ride my bike for 2-3 hours on end, man, back when I could I would take it from my place in West Hollywood all the way down to Venice and then back and then like Vera and other areas and whatever. So I loved riding my bike all the time. It's just like, I don't know what it's like I said, I never had any pain or anything like that. It was a lot of fun to do it. But I also bought a bigger bike seat so that my butt could feel a little more comfortable while I was doing it because I knew I was going for long distances. Those little skinny ones, Matt, fuck that noise.
I know, just because it rides up right in between and just adds this weird pressure. And for not now having done it my entire life to start at this age, I don't think my body would be. It would take like slow conditioning in essence. I think for me.
I hear you. But just to answer your question, Laws, real quick, I would say go to talk to your gym. Most gyms have trainers that are doing classes for free on YouTube, or you can buy a pack and then do classes and do yoga, do whatever. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can explore and follow. I know that woman that used to be on the big, what's the one lose weight? Whatever one.
Biggest Loser?
Biggest Loser. She used to be on Biggest Loser. And I don't mean Jillian Michaels. I mean the woman that came in and replaced Jillian Michaels. Okay. She's on Instagram. She's great. I think it's Jennifer something. She's great. And she posts her workouts there for you to watch her technique and her recommendations. And on the Insta stories as well, you can follow that. And she'll guide you into workouts and guide you into YouTube workouts and things like that you can do. So that's what I would recommend. I wish I could remember her last name, but it's Jennifer something, long hair. Witterstrom, Widerstrom. That's her name, Jennifer Witterstrom. So follow that.
Yeah, I never watched that show, so I know Jillian and I know what the other dude looked like, but I never.
Bob, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 36 minutes. We should wrap this thing.
We should.
We talked a little too much basketball. Right?
Probably.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here on the Topic Thunder. We really appreciate you all sending in your questions, and definitely appreciate you all being patrons of the Top 10 show. When we know that your dollar is being stretched in so many different ways nowadays, and you guys are very aware of what you can and can't spend money on, the fact that you keep supporting us as we do and create this content for you all week, every week, means a lot to us. So thank you so much. And for those of you who are hesitant or been on the fence about it, I hope watching one of these Topic Thunders or watching one of our shows kind of motivates you to toss a little bit our way to keep us going and support us as we go in through all this COVID stuff and what's happening in the world.
Yeah, hopefully things rebound. But as you said, everybody that supports us throughout this, it's meant the world. Yeah. And it's helped us basically ride the wave of this pandemic a little bit easier. So our thanks to all of you. And if you want to join, it's patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10 and hit us up over there. You can follow me at Matt Nost for anything and everything I do. And that is it for me this week.
Cool. You can follow me at The Roca Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And that's it for Topic Thunder.